Nazi Germany, the Olympics just before, was it 36? There's a whole parallel there, isn't it? But over the last few years, things are changing inside China. You know, recently the reports from the Epoch Times NTV television have been showing that there's a big power struggle happening right now inside the communist regime. This is the year they're going to be transitioning a new set of rulers. And there's kind of like two factions. There's the one faction, Jiang Zemin, who's the former president, who initiated the crackdown in '99. Now he's long, retired. So, it could be, we don't know what the situation is with him, but he really drove the persecution. And on the other side, you have the current Premier Wen Jiabao and Hu Jintao. They're a lot more sympathetic. They were sympathetic to the Tiananmen Square massacre back in '89. But the whole government still kind of denied that. And then, so recently, there's kind of like rumors and whispers that they're trying to possibly overturn a lot of this. Release more information on the internet, there's less censorship inside China, and actually perhaps redress the issue of the persecution of Falun Gong and other issues as well. So we're at this cusp. All the media work and the human rights work that groups all around the world have been doing to expose all these atrocities, they're getting into the conscience of these leaders, right? I mean, we're a global community, and so all this social media and all this news reporting is affecting, really, the decision-making up the top. So we do really, really hope over the next few years, or even shorter amount of time, that the government will, reform in some sense. But Jennifer, you want to say something?
I'd like to respond to this gentleman's question as well. Actually, 4 years ago, when we saw the Olympic grand opening, everyone might think, China is so great and organize these things. Of course, North Korea perhaps is better. They have some group exercise of 100,000 people, something like that. That means Chinese Communist Party is very good at that. But that are all for the outside world to see. But behind the walls of the labor camps of the jail, things like what we saw in the movie are happening every day. So things actually haven't gotten worse, in my view, like for Tibetans. When Michael did that film about Tibetans, there weren't so many self-immolations. Since I think 2005 or 2009, there are more than 20 Tibetans set themselves on fire to protest the worsening situation in Tibet. And I recently intensively covered a hunger strike outside the UN building in I think, New York. The Tibetans are really desperately, in my view, trying to make an effort to stop the worsening situation in Tibet. So for Falun Gong practitioners, the things are similar. So since I think February this year, since a very high-ranking Chinese official went to China, I think American consulate in Sichuan province, Chengdu city, to try to seek asylum, since outside world suddenly saying, things have gone wrong in China, but I think many people really don't know why. For some commentators, it is because, back in 1999, when the Communist Party wanted to suppress such a huge group of 100 million Falun Gong practitioners who committed no wrongdoings or any illegal things at all. To suppress this huge group of people, they had to virtually destroy all the legal system in China. Otherwise, they can't use any legal means to suppress these people. And since then, China's legal situation, or you can say the juristic system, hasn't been going worse and worse. That's why I think several days ago, we suddenly saw the ouster of a high-ranking Chinese official called Bo Xilai, because he actually did a lot of things out of the law, and his wife was accused of murdering a British businessman in China. So things are become to this stage exactly because of this persecution of Falun Gong, because they must destroy all the existing legal system to be able to persecute such a large group of peaceful, law-abiding citizens. So in this way, all the Chinese people are victims of this persecution. Only somebody have realized that, many people haven't yet.